Hi everyone. So now we're going to work on this question which has been asked of us, and it's much more advanced than some of the previous ones. So please can you send me a breakdown of each customer and their sales, but include a money owed column to see if any customers have gone over their credit limit. So let's have a look. Okay, so I've just opened up our ER diagram just to think about how we would like to approach this query. So we're going to want to create a column which calculates all the sales for each customer by date, and we'll need a running total of those sales column as well in this output, and we'll calculate that using the orders and order details table and also the customers table to get the breakdown by customer. But you can see our customers table also has a credit limit field here, and we'll use this to calculate their credit limit, which won't change in each row, but we will be able to calculate because we'll have a running total of the amount owed, we'll also have to take off payments from this field every time there's a payment, and we'll use the payment date for this. Okay, so let's just first bring in all columns from the orders table. Just need to double click classic models here just to make it bold. Orders, I'll just name this T1, and we'll join in the order details table. On the order number. And as we've done so many times so far, we'll calculate the value by multiplying the quantity ordered by the price each. So let's just add that field in at the end. And as you know, we're breaking it by product. This is why we can just multiply quantity ordered by price each. Times price each, and we'll just name that sales value. Okay, so now our last column will be the sales value at a product level, order number level as well, and customer number. So now we can join in the customer table on the customer number as well. So let's do that. We'll do an inner join of customers T3, and our customer number is in the orders table, if you remember. So it's our foreign key in our orders table. So that'll be T1.customer number equals T3.customer number. And we'll keep it as all, and then we'll just have a look at everything now, but we'll just pick which fields we want to return. So we're going to have our sales value at the end, but now we have our credit limit and our customer details. Okay, so now rather than bringing all our columns back, I'm just going to bring our calculation down a bit, and we'll pick our columns that we want to display. So let's show the order date. Going to need that. And we'll bring in the customer number and customer name. And I want to bring in the product code just so that we know why it's broken down. Our output is broken down and why we have multiple order numbers. So product code, and then the credit limit as well. And then we'll keep our calculation. Okay, I've probably got an ambiguous, yeah, I'll have an ambiguous column. So customer number, we'll just bring it from T1. Yep. Okay, and then now it's just much easier to see. So we can see the customer name, the 4 products, the credit limit. So now we can sum the sales value, but we can't do it until after we've created, we'll query from this table. So we'll create a CTE with this. So we'll do that. We'll name it CTE sales as, and then now we can just again select star from CTE sales, and we'll just get the same output. So the next step in this query will be to sum the sales value for each order date and customer. So now we have each customer, their order date, and then as the sales value of that order. We don't want to bring in product code then, because this will break it down even further. We only want one order date per customer, and we want to see the sum of the sales value on that date. We'll also bring back the credit limit. So let's just do that. So we'll bring back order date. We could also bring the order number here if you like. We'll need to bring it back into our sales CTE. So yeah, let's just bring back T1.order number. And then we can display that as well. Order number, customer number. We'll bring back the customer name and the credit limit. And then now we can sum the sales value. And again, we'll just name that sales value. And we just need to group it then by all our columns that are non-aggregate. So I'm just going to copy them down. Just need to remove the last comma. Okay, yep, so now we have an order number, one order number, and the sales value per customer on each date. So we can use this to calculate our running total. So if we actually order this output by the customer number, so let's look at customer 103, for example. We can see they have 3 orders on 3 different dates, and we want to sum this sales value, but we want to show the running total in a new column. So again, we're going to need to create a CTE, or we could use this as a subquery, this query which we have just wrote, but I'm going to write a CTE again. So to do that, we just need to write a comma after our first CTE, and then we can start writing a second one, and I'll just name it running total sales CTE as, so you don't need to write with if you remember, open brackets, close brackets. I always just like to bring back all columns again. So now we'll add another column to this which has the running total. So again, I'll just order it by customer number. I'll add a comma here. And if you remember our row number, we can partition it by customer number, order it by the order number. Over, and we'll partition by customer number and order by our order date. We could actually name this as purchase number. Okay, so we can see now we have numbered each purchase, but we don't actually need this column. I'm just showing it for reference. We're going to modify this row number, and I want to show you that you can actually sum a column using the similar syntax. So we will sum the sales value over partition by, and then this will be running total sales. And now it's going to sum each sales value, but because we're partitioning by customer number, it will start again when a new customer number starts. So it's going to stop at the last purchase here, and then it will take a sum. So let's just run this, and now you can see when we add these two together, we'll get the running total, and then our third one will add our final running total sales for this customer, and then it will start again. So the first row for each customer is going to be the same, sales value and running total sales, because it's the first purchase. But now it's added on the second purchase here to get 65,989. Okay, so we wouldn't have been able to create this calculation because sales value hasn't been calculated yet in this CTE. So it wouldn't have been a matter of just adding a comma and bringing in this calculation, because it wouldn't work until we've actually created this calculation, and now we're querying from this table or CTE, and now we can create the calculation to get the running total. Okay, so in the next video we will continue with this query, but we'll need to bring in our payments and then calculate who's gone over their credit limit. So I'll see you in the next video.